And we're live. What's going on, YouTube family? I want to apologize. I've been MIA for a really long time. I've been MIA for a really long time, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry. Right? My goal was to do a video a week for y'all, and I failed completely failed. So now I think what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to say, okay, cool. In my life, I'm gonna dedicate this. I gotta find my quiet space, my quiet time to sit down and do videos. Versus, I'm out in these streets anyways. Let me just do a video. It's not gonna be as perfect as I want it to be because you guys know me. I like to sit in front of a computer, run the numbers, and just go hard, right? But now I'm gonna be taking y'all out into the fields, and we're gonna be doing. You guys are gonna hear me talk and just what's going on with my life and where I'm at with real estate and what am I doing, what's going on versus like that classroom setting of here's what's going on, here are the numbers, blah 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 blah. Not, and I love that because if you are starting in real estate, that's great. You watch those videos, so then when you hop on with me out in the fields, you get to see what's going on. So today I just kind of wanted to talk about certain things that you get at settlement. I never, some of y'all in real estate, y'all haven't done a deal yet. So I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm just coming out of settlement, literally just coming out of settlement. Shouldn't be doing this while I'm driving. So I'm gonna go over some of the documents that you're gonna get at settlement and what's gonna go on in settlement. I'm not gonna talk about all the paperwork that the title company's gonna give you because I really don't even know all the paperworks. I buy my houses, I'm signing my life away. But there's really some major important ones. And I'm hoping that you guys can hear me because I'm driving in the car, so I don't know what the acoustics are going to be like. So when you buy a house, right, when you're actually at settlement, you're going to get one thing. One thing you're going to get is it's going to be what's called the marked up title, right? That document is this document, right? I don't know if I can see it. Marked up title is that's this property. That's going to be what this document is. Marked up title is very important because it lets you, it's just letting you know that you got insurance. Without it, you're uninsured, right? So insurance is important because it protects your title, your clear title, your right as the owner of the property is what the title is protecting. That way, if there are any defects on the title that come up, then the title company, out of the title company's pocket, they go to bat for you to say, yo, here's what we got to do to clear it up. Let's get it cleared. So that's what's important. That's what I think is really cool. And that's why I don't care what you're doing. I don't care what you're buying. It's always very, very important that you buy title insurance. Now, we all know that I do sheriff sales. Sheriff sales, you cannot get title right away. You got to wait. And because the city of Philadelphia does a horrible job of actually properly noticing people and doing the proper paperwork and due diligence, most title companies will not give you any type of title on the property you pick up from the sheriff's sale, which can be a massive headache. That's why a lot of times in my videos, when I'm talking about the sheriff's sales, I'm buying them for rentals. I'm buying them. I'm holding all my receipts. I'm holding all my invoices. I'm putting a tenant in place, and I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting it out. I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen. What we doing? What we doing, baby? What we doing? So always be mindful of that. Another thing you're gonna get, which I think is fantastic, is checks, baby. Checks, baby. It's what we talk about. Oh man, it's hot in here. Oh baby. Oh man, we got checks. We got two. I got 1, 2, 3, and in my bank account. But that's that's what we do it for. It's for the checks. You know what I mean? For the checks, and we do it. I'm a real estate agent, so the beautiful thing about life is that when I go into these deals, whether I'm buying and selling, I'm making money any way. If I'm selling the property, then I'm making money as a seller. If I'm buying it, I'm making that commission as the buyer's agent representing my company. Gangsta. So you got checks. You know what I mean? You got checks. We got checks. Next thing you should have is going to be what's called the settlement agreement, settlement escrow agreement. You know what I mean? So, different title companies will call it different things. Different parts of the world will call it different things, right? So, if you are in Delaware, for example. Delaware is an attorney state, right? Meaning that you don't have a title company doing the work for you. You have an attorney, you have a lawyer or something like that doing the work for you. New York is a attorney state as well, so you might not get a settlement. You might not get that, right? So that is a technicality, I think. But for PA, I tend to get that. And then you're gonna get what's called the HUD one, right? HUD one is interesting, right? Because now they redid it, right? So not maybe 2 years ago they redid it. So now you're gonna get what's called a closing disclosure. However, for commercial deals or cash deals or whatever the case may be, title companies, and again, depending on where you're at, might be a little bit different. But title companies are actually going to be using or gonna want to default back to the HUD one because it's just easier. It's a lot easier. So I got a HUD one because this was a cash deal, right? So if you're doing a cash out refinance or not if you're doing a cash out refinance. If you're buying the property cash, right? Let's say you private lending, someone's lending you the money, or you're pulling funds into something like that, and then your LLC is buying it cash, the partnership LLC is buying it cash, then that's a situation in which you're gonna get a HUD 1 versus a CD or closing disclosure. So HUD 1 is important. This is an important piece of paper because it outlines all the expenses on it, right? It's like 3 pages and it outlines all the expenses of everything that's going on in that agreement. And what happens is you're going to get that prior to settlement. You're going to get that 2, 3, I think 4 days before settlement. You're going to go over it. If there's any discrepancies, you and your agent need to find those discrepancies immediately and let it be known to the title company. So the title company can, make sure that those corrections are made so that we don't have any issues at the settlement table, right? That's the last place you want issues at. You want issues before that. So that's that. And then next you want to have what's called the marked up title. Did we talk about marked up title? I'm drawing a blank. What are we talking about next, man? Oh. People are like, man, this guy does a lot of stuff while he's driving. I'm driving 2 miles an hour though, so it's not as dangerous as y'all think it is. Copy of the deed, baby. You want a copy of the deed, so that's going to be important. I don't know if y'all see that deed. You want a copy of the deed because without that, you don't own nothing, baby. You don't own nothing. So you want a copy of the deed, and that's it. And then normally, if you're financing it, you might get what's called even if you're not financing it, you should be in the Alta statement, and that's it. Those are all the documents that you're going to have at settlement. You may or may not get a check, you know what I mean, depending on what side you are, what you're going on. You may or may not get a check, you know what I mean. If you put a big deposit down, then you might be getting checked back because you overpaid, something like that. Or, it's there are different reasons, so many ways to chop it up. But that's pretty much all the paperwork that we got. You know what I mean? Everything else is, this is everything. Everything is in here. Everything is stapled. What I recommend or what I'm going to do, I'm going to go home. I'm going to scan all of this in. I'm going to title it as closing documents and I'm put the property, and I save it on my Google Drive or whatever you want to save it on, because now you don't want to be in a situation where you can't go back and grab these documents. You want to always have these documents for as long as you possibly can. So I keep all my dot files for every single property, so that way if there's any type of issue, there's any type of concerns, any type of doubt in anyone's mind, I go back to my file. I pull up everything that I can. Home inspections, addendums, any documentation that's being that every piece of paper that we ever touch that's related to this transaction, I pull it out. Invoices, receipts, just everything is going to be in this file. I hold it and then I pull out. You know what I mean? As need be to, if we got to challenge something or whatever, I pull it out. So tax time, I pull it out. If there's a discrepancy between something, I pull it out. Very, very, very good habit that I would want you to get into is just making sure you become really, really good at keeping all your paperwork organized. And in 2018, there are so many ways to do these things. You know what I mean? There's no excuse. I don't hold paper. I don't have a filing cabinet. Nothing. Everything I do is on the computer. It's on the internet. I don't touch any of that stuff because I'm forgetful as hell, right? So if I say, oh, I'm gonna take this and put it here, and then I'm gonna get back to it later, I'm gonna forget what it is. You know what I mean? And plus, and I'm not trying to brag, but I'm doing 25, 30 deals a year. Like, I'm gonna lose. I don't have enough space to be just storing paper like that. It's just not a good use of space or energy or my time. So I go in there, I paid a really good dollar amount for a really nice printer, and I load the printer up, it scans everything, and then emails it to me in a PDF. Now, now I even have a situation where now the app, I mean, the printer now has the functionality where it can just save it to Google Drive. So I'll go in, I'll name the file, right? It could be closing docs for, I'll type in the address. It'll actually just save the file in my Google Drive with that title. So now I don't have to question, I don't have to go into the email, download it as a, save it to the drive or whatever the case may be. I just know it's already in there. It's so easy. 2018, we love you technology, because there's a lot of good stuff going on, and it's helping us as real estate investors and real estate agents and real estate entrepreneurs be able to do a lot of things that those that came before us were not. You know what I mean? So be very, very appreciative of that. Take the time to study these things. You know what I mean? Take the time to study these things. You just heard me talk about Google Drive. Take the time to study Google Drive. You know what I mean? Be someone that takes action. A lot of y'all are hitting me up with these questions. First and foremost, I want to thank y'all for watching. That's number one. Y'all effing rock. I support every single person that has watched, like, comment, subscribe, click the little bell logo. You know what I mean? So that's dope. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? So that's really, really dope. But I just want to also encourage y'all to take action. Y'all see me out here moving and shaking. Listen, I wish y'all could have saw me. I wish I could have started this channel a while ago when I first got into real estate, and y'all could have saw how crappy of a life I was living. I wasn't getting deals, wasn't making no money, working part-time here, getting fired, trying to do this, getting fired. You know what I mean? Real estate was the only thing that constantly kept me going. You know what I mean? It never fired me. I came out of school with my degree, bachelor's in finance, and nothing really was clicking for me. You know what I mean? Nothing really was clicking for me. I'm not gonna lie, I quit a couple good jobs that I should have stayed at. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, man, I could be, oh, they got me working 8 hours, man. I could be selling houses, man. I was so, the old me was a horrible person. The old me was absolutely, dude, millennial. That's just millennial, entitled millennial. Just, I want it now. It's my money and I want it now. Entitled millennial. I thought that, man, I could be making $1 million selling houses. What am I doing here at this job? And my behavior and performance reflected that. And I'm tired. And that's what happened. That's all she wrote, folks. That's all she wrote. But it's been a good run, and I just want you guys to also have the benefits that I'm able to have. You know what I mean? I have 4 units. I'm halfway to retiring, and this year I'm looking to pick up at least another 3. And if I'm able to do that, bro, it'd be dope. You know what I mean? That would mean to me that everything that I spend in a month on average is now covered by rental property, meaning that I'm theoretically, if I, for example, let's say it cost me $5,000 to pay for gas, food, heat, water, mortgage, car note, whatever, everything, and then, savings and vacations and, money, throwing monies to my girl, everything. If it just covered everything, personal trainer, if it covered everything and it was $5,000, that'd be dope. That means that in my real estate career, I would try and get to $6,000, right? You want to overcompensate, because now if you have a vacancy or something like that, you're not going into foreclosure or whatever the case may be. So if you got 5, you want to up it to at least 6 or 65. But then once you hit that level, it opens you up to do bigger and better deals. So that's the beautiful thing about it. That's what I'm excited for. And I think that's it. So I just got out of settlement, wanted to hop on and kind of go over some of the paperwork that you will be seeing when you're at the settlement table. And hopefully this video was educational. Again, I'm doing something different. I'm out on the road, and you know, it is what it is. So like, comment, share, let me know what you guys thought about this video. Also, you know, always let me know what other videos you guys want to be done. The next video I'm probably going to do is how I would go about buying my first property, to kind of propel me into being an investor. So stay tuned for that. As always, make sure you like, comment, and share, and click the little bell icon so you get notifications of when I put up new stuff. And that's all she wrote. All right, so thanks for watching, and you know, I appreciate that.